Alright pals, just gonna pop on a bit of, you know, whoop whoop music. Oh, okay. Oh, I came to dance, 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 dance. I hit the floor 'cause that's my plans. I'm wearing all my favorite brands. Give me. Hi, I'm Lottie, welcome back to my channel. I am a plus size fashion blogger and I live in London. If you've not met me before, hello! If you have met me before, hi and welcome back. Thank you for coming back and seeing my videos. So today's video is going to be all about body positivity. I think it's something that is hugely close to my heart and something I'm very passionate about. So this video was going to happen at some point. And it just so happens that it's sort of coinciding with a blog post that I wrote just recently. I'll give you the link to that down below in the description box so you can give it a read. But yes, I kind of want to give you a bit of a challenge really, and give you a bit of a rally cry to see if you can awaken the body positivity spirits inside you. Not that you have ghosts living inside you, because that, my friends, would be scary. Anyway, yeah, here goes nothing. I want you to tell me, when was the last time that you looked at yourself in the mirror? And I mean really looked at yourself in the mirror. I don't mean just this sort of focusing on your face because you've just done your makeup or on your clothes or whatever. When was the last time that you stared yourself down in the mirror and looked at every single part of your body? If you're anything like me, well, anything like I used to be, I don't think I ever did that before I started this body positivity journey. I think it was something that sort of scared me. I was scared to focus in on things like stretch marks or the wobbly bits or my stomach or my double chin or all this, you know, all this stuff that initially I first looked at myself and thought, I don't like those bits, like I'm not fond of those bits. But really, it kind of wasn't me telling myself that I didn't like those bits, but we'll get onto that a little bit later. But when was the last time that you did it? When was the last time you stared yourself down in the mirror? The reason why I ask you this is because I kind of want you to do that. I want you to go and stand in front of the mirror, get your best undies on, get your worst undies on, or just be completely naked, and just stand in front of the mirror and look at your body. But instead of looking at it with disgust or looking at it in a way that's critical, I want you to remember the things that your body has done for you. I want you to remember the places that your body has allowed you to travel, and the people that your body has allowed you to hug, and the comfort that your body has allowed you to give to other people, and how great your body looks in your favourite dress or your favourite suit. And I want you to think about all the great things that your body does. I know it sounds like I'm a little bit of a body preacher right now, but this is a really important exercise and it's something that I really believe in. Just sort of standing and staring and looking at yourself, and I mean really looking, and telling yourself that you're okay. Like telling yourself that your body is fine the way it is such a huge thing to do. You might feel like a bit of a dick when you do it the first time. Lord knows I did. You just stood in front of the mirror completely naked and going, I'm brilliant. I look okay. I look alright. Yeah, and you don't really sort of believe what you're saying, but I promise you the more that you do it, the more you'll start to believe yourself. Because if you think about it, any time that you hear something over and over again, you kind of start to believe it after a while, don't you? I mean, that's kind of how we've gotten to this point now where, you know, fat women or women who are overweight or even underweight look at themselves in the body and they feel rubbish about themselves because of how other people perceive them. But I'm going to challenge you to take that power back from other people. You're more than numbers on a scale. You're more than an outdated version of some numbers that tell you whether you're grossly overweight or obese or whatever. They don't take into account the fact that you've got a wonderful heart. They don't take into account the fact that your body has let you do amazing things. And they don't take into account the fact that your face lights up when you smile, that you do wonderful things for people, that you are a great person. And that's something that you need to remember. One of the biggest turning points for me was remembering that I'm worthy. And I know that sounds like a really emotional thing to say. But it's true. Like, I never really felt like I was worthy. I wasn't really worthy of love and affection, of finding happiness, of being a good person. I felt I wasn't worthy of that. And that all kind of stemmed from my relationship with my body. Because there were so many people around me telling me that, you know, you have to be a size 10 or you have to be athletic or whatever to be able to get the girls, in my case, or get the guys. I never really felt confident. And I think that was a big issue for me. Like, all of my mates were going out and they were pulling, or we would go to like Rock City, peace out Nottingham, we'd go to Rock City and my mates would all be pulling and I'd just be like, no, I'm enjoying the music. And I was enjoying the music, I was having a right bop, but I wanted to be that confident to go up to somebody and be like, oh hey, what you doing? And you know what, eventually I got there because, you know, WKDs were like £1. But you don't have to be drunk all the time to be confident. And I think that's a big realisation that I had, was that I'm worthy of feeling that way. I mean, like, if I think about how I act with my friends and how my friends are with me, well, my friends that were, I would always say lovely things about them, like, oh, you're so pretty, or oh, you've got great figure, or all this kind of stuff. And I was always billed as the funny friend. Like, I was always the funny girl. I'll never forget one thing that one of my friends said to me. We were meeting a guy who later became one of my favourite people in the entire universe. But I was meeting this guy for the first time, and she was like, oh, you're going to really get along with him, he's so funny, you're so funny, so like it'll work, like you two will get on with really well. She wasn't trying to set us up because obviously I'm gay, but she was like, oh, you know, you'll really get on, I can see you two being really good mates, blah blah blah. And I met him and we really hit it off, and it was lovely. He is hilarious, really funny, a really bright, wonderful man. But then my friend came to me afterwards and was like, oh, he really liked you. And he was like, oh, she's the kind of girl that I would go for if she was a bit slimmer. And I was like, but why should my weight dictate that? Like, my weight's not going to make me more funny. My weight's not going to make me, you know, be a nicer person, or, you know, be someone that you can click with. If you click with me, you click with me. Like, mind blown. And it was that kind of, okay, well, I'm looking at this person as a person, but that person's not looking at me that way. That person's going, oh, well, if only she was thinner, then maybe she'd be the kind of person that I'd want to hang around with. And I was a bit like, okay, like, cool. I think he's a good guy, and I still think he's a good guy. Like, this is no shade on him. But, okay, cool. Like, what am I supposed to do with that kind of thought process? And, you know, it was a big thing for me to realise that actually I give out all of these good vibes, I give out good things. And I know I sound like I'm being big-headed when I do this, but I kind of have to be big-headed at this point, because I've spent a lifetime of thinking that I'm not good, and I've spent this lifetime of thinking that, you know, I'm always going to be the funny pal that people keep around because I'm hilarious. I'm not just funny. I'm a nice person, I'm beautiful, I have a great body that allows me to do loads of things. I feel sexy, I have curves that I love. You know, I'm all of these. I'm this sexual woman, I'm a beautiful woman, and I'm not just this person that should sit in the background and be brought out every so often like a jester. Do you know what I mean? But I realised that I'm worthy of feeling the love that I give out. I'm worthy of getting that back. And it was actually meeting Emma, my girlfriend now, who reminded me of that. She reminded me that actually I'm a good person and I give out good things, and she gives me good things back, and it's like this two-way mutual goodness thing going on, and it's nice. So making the decision to love your own body isn't an easy one. I know that. It takes a lot of time to unlearn things that have been ingrained into your mind by like society, the media, even your friends and your family. It takes a long time to unlearn those things that try and make you feel worthless. But you know, it's no easy task. I get it. I completely get it. But the minute that you decide to do it, and the minute that you go, no, I'm gonna, you know, I deserve to feel good, I'm gonna start doing that now, that's the moment that's going to change your life. I promise you that now. That's the moment that's going to change your life. But you have to stick with that decision. You have to empower yourself to keep going forward with that decision. You, as you are enough. You don't need to be thinner. You don't need to be fatter. You don't need to be different. You, as you are right at this very moment in time, no matter what mountains you might have to climb right now, no matter what is going on in your life, you are enough. We're all different, and we're all made up of different bits and pieces. And you know, if you think to yourself, you're sat on the tube, you see someone you like, and you're a bit like, yeah, okay then. Or you see a woman, she's wearing like an amazing dress, and you feel like compelled to be like, oh my god, that dress is so amazing, I love your dress, you look so beautiful. You're deserving of that thought process too, and it's kind of switching the way that your brain thinks, of going, well, I can only use those feelings on strangers and people that I care about or whatever. I can only use those feelings on those people. You can use them on yourself. Like, it's not a over-the-top, full of yourself thing to stand in front of the mirror and go, I look good today. That's not a bad thing. Do that. Do that every single day. Even if you're feeling a little bit rubbish, hone in on a part that you think looks really good. And if you can't find any parts that look really good, just say it anyway. Just stare at yourself and go, I look good today. I look beautiful. Because at the end of the day, all that's different about you is you've put on a bit of makeup, or you've put on a dress, or you've put on a suit, or whatever. That's the only thing that's different about you. You've just put some bits on. But underneath all those bits, you're still the same person, and that person's enough. That person is incredible. And it's that kind of rallying cry that I'm giving you right now that you need to give yourself. So you need to sit yourself down and go, yeah, I'm a badass, and just sort of run with it, because it's that positive reinforcement of yourself that usually you sort of keep and say for other people that will give you that turning point. It's that will give you the opportunity to look at your life in a different way. And yeah, it's kind of priceless. If in looking for your body positive moment, you look at yourself and you think that there's bits that you want to change, or bits that you think would be better in a different way, like if you want to get fitter, or you know, if you want to drop a dress size, that's fine. That doesn't make you any less body positive. That's fine. It doesn't make you any less body positive. What you're doing is looking at yourself and thinking, what do I need to do to get myself to feel better? What steps do I need to take? For some people, those steps are literally positively reinforcing yourself, and that's something that's really good for me and something that's sort of changed my life. But for some people, it's like, I want to be able to run around after my kids. Okay, you want to be able to run around after your kids. If being fitter is a goal of yours, go for it. If you've got a dress hanging up in your closet that you want to fit into that you've never fit into, which, by the way, I would advise against, no good will come of that. But anyway, if there's something you really want to fit into, or a way that you want to look for a certain event or whatever, if you want to lose weight, lose weight. But the difference is, you're doing it for you. You're doing it because you want to do it. It is good for you. It is something that you want to achieve. What isn't good is if you're just losing weight because you think other people will value you better, or you think that people will stop yelling at you in the street, or whatever. You know, if you're doing it for somebody that isn't you, that's not cool. That's not a cool thing to do. And that's where self-hatred can start to grow and start to thrive inside yourself, if you're listening to other people and you're listening to how other people perceive you. Because at the end of the day, the only person's opinion that should matter about you is your own. If you're comfortable how you are, if you're comfortable feeling the way that you feel, good. That's brilliant. Feel comfortable, feel good about your body. And if you're not feeling comfortable and good about the way you are, then do something about it. It's up to you. It's all up to you, not up to anybody else. Don't ever change yourself because somebody else says that you should. During your body positive journey, and it is a journey, it's not a destination. You're not gonna all of a sudden wake up one day and go, I am amazing, woo! It's a journey. You'll have days where sometimes it will be a real struggle to feel good about yourself. There'll also be days where you feel amazing and like a superwoman and like you can take everything else on. But it's what you do with the down days that I think is the most important thing. Some days I look at myself in the mirror and I really don't like what I see. And I still do that. Like to this day, I still do that. But then I remind myself, actually, I'm fine. I'm perfect. I'm all the things I want myself to be. I'm all the bits and all the pieces about me that are brilliant. I'm also all the bits about me that I don't really like, but somebody else will like them if I don't. My friends will like them. My partner will like them. You know, fucking Bob on the street might be into a fat bird every now and then. There'll be somebody that appreciates me even if I don't. And I think that that's something that you need to remind yourself of too. Even if you feel you have no one, even if you feel that, you know, there's nobody in the world that all look at you in a certain way, there always will be. There will always be somebody that will look at you and see you for the passion and the beauty and the intelligence and the hilarity that you are. It's just, you have to be open. You have to be open to experience that. And I think if you are very negative to yourself and if you feel negativity and that's all you focus on, then you're closing yourself up to feeling that good stuff. And I think, you know, it's kind of a dangerous thing to get into if you're going through life and feeling rubbish all the time, and you know, and you're not allowing the positivity to get into your brain. For example, if someone pays you a compliment, how do you deal with that? Like before, if somebody paid me a compliment, I'd be like, no, don't worry, like you're mad, you are. Like, oh, but you're really lovely too. Or some form of that. I would be exactly the same. I would just be like, nah, you're mad, like, oh, sure, whatever. No, bring that, get that compliment and eat it like a giant cream cake and enjoy it. So when somebody says to you, God, your hair looks really nice today, go, thank you. And feel it, feel that buzz you get. It's not a guilty thing, it's not a guilty pleasure, it's not you being big-headed or, you know, you don't want to be perceived to be a certain way. Screw all of that. If somebody's telling you that you look good, just go, yeah, thanks, thank you very much. Yeah, I kind of liked how I looked in the mirror today. I kind of like this dress, I liked my hair today too. And, you know, embrace it. Nobody's going to think any less of you for feeling good. And if they do think less of you for feeling good, they ain't somebody you need to have around in your life, let me tell you, Sunny Jim. Anyway, the whole point of this video, the whole point of me ranting on at you very passionately about this is that I think the time is now. If you were looking for a sign, if you were looking for a way of making up with your body and of starting to feel good about yourself, this is it. This is your sign. This is your time to feel good. So I'm going to ask you again, and I'm going to challenge you to this again. When was the last time you looked at yourself in the mirror? Go and do it. Go and do it now. Go and stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself how wonderful you are, because you are wonderful. I promise you that now. Let me know how you got on anyway. And I'd love to hear your comments about this video. And I'd love to hear your stories of body positivity and how you are getting on with things. I know there will probably be a load of people that will just write crap at the bottom about promoting obesity and all this kind of stuff. I have not once held up my illuminous obesity is glorious sign during this whole thing. I mean, you know, they're very expensive luminous signs. Anyway, have a great day, evening, night, whatever time it is that you're watching this. Peace out. I'll see you on the flip side.